big show launch date is going to be April 1st. So if you want to see anything in the show, you have any suggestions, you want to see more of something, go to Facebook, look for Mary DeAngelis QVC, and you can add those suggestions to my page. I read them all. Here it is. Everyone needs to have a tenderizer, but this one is more than a tenderizer. This is actually one for cube steak, for chicken, for flank steak, all of those tough surfaces, but this is so much more. This is 25% off. It's a great clearance price of $17.98. The item number, if you're shopping online or on your apps, is K44528. It's from Cook's Essentials. Thrilled to be able to offer Cook's Essentials exclusively here at QVC. And this is our elite line of kitchen gadgets, cookware that you can only find here. This is the 3-in-1 meat tenderizer. Here to tell us all about it is Meredith Lawrence, the Blue Jean Chef. Hi.
Hi, Mary.
How are you?
I'm great.
So good to see you.
Thank you.
You are ready to do some work in the kitchen.
Well, you know what? This is a great tool.
Love it.
First of all, grab it.
Oh,
heavy,
that's a
right?
good heft.
It's got a nice weight to it because that's what you want, because that is what's going to do the work for you when you're pounding, when you're flattening, when you're tenderizing.
Right.
But here's the thing about this. It looks very traditional. It looks like the one maybe your mother had, your grandmother had. But here's where it differs. You unscrew the top, you turn it over, you screw it back on, and you've got your tenderizing needles.
There's the business end.
Well, what I love about it, of course, is that it goes back inside, so you have some safety and protection when you're storing it.
Sure.
But otherwise, if you need to go ahead and tenderize, you can do that no problem.
Isn't that nice?
And what you like about this, of course, this is breaking up the muscle fibers that are in that steak, right? Making sure that they're all chopped up so that they don't become tough when you cook the meat. But also what it does is it creates little flavor channels in that meat. So now when I go ahead and I want to pour a marinade on, then I'm going to be able to marinate faster. It's going to take less time to get that flavor into the meat to really get it to be tasty.
And that's what it's all about, because I was just going to ask you, why do we even need to tenderize in the first place? So your food tastes better.
Well, yeah, so first of all, there's tough meats that have actually a lot of flavor, but you need to do something to them in order to get them tender, and this is that tenderizing tool. But it also helps you speed up marinating. So here, for instance, if we have chicken breasts that we want to marinate, we put a spice rub on first, and then you can go ahead and tenderize. And what that does now is that's going to give little channels, and it's going to push some of that spice rub into the chicken. So you're really going to be able to get that in there faster. Then you don't have to sit there and marinate chicken overnight if you don't want to. If you have just an hour before dinner, go ahead and do this. But here's what I love. You see how far in I can get that?
Yeah.
That's a significant distance into the chicken. So we're really getting some really good tenderized channels there of flavor. Really, really works well.
It's a clearance price of $17.98. It's 25% off. We have two color choices for you. You can pick up the red or you can pick up the black today, but the red is our more popular color choice already, which is usually the case when we have a kitchen show here at QVC. But the fact that you are getting this tool that does so much more than one thing for less than $18 makes it a great buy. I like that mat that you have it on.
Well,
there.
thank you. You'll be seeing that a little later.
Interesting.
But here's what you get. You see, when you tenderize meat properly.
Fork?
Thank you so much. You'll be using that later. But look at this. So when I'm slicing through this, this is what we're talking about. A steak that allows you to, it's so tender and delicious that you want to have some?
Yes, of course.
There you go.
I have extra forks if you'd like to keep that one.
Oh, sure. So tender and delicious that it makes it worthwhile, right? Like this is a flank steak. Flank, not necessarily the most tender piece of meat, but when you can tenderize it like this and you end up with pieces that are so tender, just like my knife just glides through that, that is what you want.
And you know what? I took a pretty big chunk because, again,
because
you're not learned to take a television bite. That'll take a few years, apparently. But that flavor is all the way through. Have you ever had a bite of steak that's so good that it makes your mouth water while you're chewing it? If you haven't, then maybe you need to tenderize the meat that you're making at home. That is so juicy and good.
It really is. It does make a difference. Don't think it doesn't. But here's the other thing. You've got two other surfaces on this tenderizer. So here's your flat surface. This is the surface you're going to need when you're, say, trying to thin out and pound out some chicken breasts. Look how this works so nicely. And I always pound in the center and then move slightly that way. So
thank you.
Yeah, just a little tip for you. A pound like that, and look how that flattens so nicely and so quickly.
How do we tenderize and not make chicken splat? Because sometimes when I tenderize my chicken, I make little chicken splatties out to the side. Am I just going at it too violent?
You know, you're a
Settle
little
down.
heavy-handed.
Settle
Just
down.
More
Okay.
more softer hits there.
Good tip.
But look at that. That's pretty nice, right? Nice and flat there.
That's perfect.
Same thing you can do with pork, right? You want to flatten out some pork pieces. Maybe do a little scallopini. You can just do it this way. Pound it flat
my
and
gosh.
keep going.
Okay, so what if I tenderized and then I put the marinade into the bag and I food savored it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
It
that
be
would infuse
fantastic.
it 3 times as much.
Other things you can do with this little flat surface, you need garlic smashed. Smash.
Blue Jean Chef
No
smash.
problem. And then the last thing you can do with this beautiful tenderizer is this part. This is the tenderizing, sort of making a cube steak.
Nice.
This is when you do this, you know, that really does tenderize. That's how you get a cube steak. They actually do that professionally with a machine. You can sort of do that yourself.
Our George Foreman grills are on the way to us. Better get a tenderizer so that we can really utilize all that 240 square inches of space on your Foreman grill. Delicious. So I'm just thinking of putting things together. Hey, thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
I'm not going to touch you at this precise moment.
No.
I'm going to see you in a few
Because
moments.
I have
though.
smashed garlic
Yeah.
and tenderizing spikes.
Guess what? Chicken wings are coming up.